It is I, Rocket Man. God, what a day. What a day. You know, I have been scoffed at. I've been shaded. Rocket, you crazy. One a-hole even left a comment, just grow up. On the last video where I was talking about Joe Milton sitting down, as he should, in today's climate. And let's turn this team over to Nico Iamaleava. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and germs, that's exactly what has happened. You probably heard it, but in case you haven't, Joe Milton has opted out. I don't know how long this decision has been made. I would imagine that it has been made from the jump, from when we knew we were going to the Citrus Bowl. Oh, my hat? You probably... I just noticed I still have my hat on. If you can't see, it's red and blue. It looks like a cop car running down the road at you. Anyway, Santa Claus. I'm sure everybody in America has one of these hats. You know how those Christmas gifts get kind of trendy and everybody ends up with one of these things? So in the last episode of this broadcast, I was talking about this very thing, about whether or not should Joe opt out. I thought that he should, but given Heupel's commitment to him, maybe he wouldn't. But they sure weren't going to announce it. And then, you know, they've known whether they're going to do this for a long time. I mean, this just didn't, the news came out today, but it didn't, that decision wasn't made today or yesterday or the day before. They've been working Nico the entire time in preparation for this, and I'm as excited as a schoolgirl on prom night. I know, I looked at the metaphor drawer, and that's all I could come up with. But here's what's interesting about this whole thing. We know what Nico can do, but we do not know what all is going to happen because of everybody who's not in the game. Okay, so Jalen Wright has opted out the same way that Joe Milton has opted out, okay? So a 1,000-yard rusher and our most experienced quarterback. The entire defensive backfield is not going to be playing. Now, I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. Because they weren't very good. Now, I don't know whether it's the coaches weren't very good, couldn't develop them, or whether the players just weren't that great back there in the backfield. They're all gone. They're somebody else's problem now. And what we have back there is a bunch of young guys. Hopefully the young guys can get it done against one of the worst offenses in the country. In the backfield now, what we're going to have is something that we've been asking for all year long, right? Dylan Sampson and Cam Seldon. Cam Seldon was supposed to be the second coming. Lord have mercy. It's going to be Sampson and Seldon. Ooh, that sounds like a law firm, doesn't it? Sampson and Seldon on the play. So we have no idea what's going to happen. But I guarantee you we'll score some points. I guarantee you I'm still sticking by our 28 points. Heupel knows how to score points in a bowl game, period, the end. And you Iowa folks can just pound sand. What this does for me is raises the stakes of the game, because that great, vaunted Iowa defense, they're not going to be able to keep up with these guys, because I guarantee you this Tennessee football team that's going to play in the Citrus Bowl is going to move at lightning speed. That's going to happen because Nico knows how to do that. And I think they will trust him to move the team faster than Joe Milton was able to move the team. No hate toward Joe. And I hope Joe, and he probably will, get a chance in the big league. I think he will. Somebody will pick him up. Because remember, the reputation on Joe is that he's a practice monster. He kills it in practice, and he gets in the game, not so much. Right? And what is the combine? The combine is a showcase. It's a show pony thing. He's fast. He's huge. He's got great ups. And he can literally throw the ball from end zone to end zone. Somebody's going to want that, right? And so my congratulations to him. He's done well. Great job, Joe. And I'm sure they left that to Joe's decision, and Joe made the right decision. Now we're going to see our $8 million investment. Listen to me, like I paid any of the money, right? I'm just excited. I'm sure his family is just over the moon, right? And people think, well, he's just a freshman. Hey, dude, look, he's been there playing for an entire year, right? He's going into this game really kind of like he's a sophomore. Because he came this time last year and was the scout quarterback when they tuned up for Clemson. So he's been out there on the field playing these guys for a year. He's a lot more experienced than you would think that this freshman quarterback would be. I expect amazing things from him. Now, what I don't know what to expect and think about is this receiver situation. Who's he going to... I think it's going to be more of a tight end and squirrel kind of thing. But I'm just excited to see this. And I tell you what we're also going to see. We're going to see a couple of options, right? With Dylan Sampson and Iamaleava. Okay, you're on the edge, and Iamaleava is coming at you from one direction, and trailing him is Dylan Sampson. Who are you going to tackle? We don't know, and they won't know either. Oh, this is so exciting. The march to the Natty begins January 1st. In less than a week. Is that going to be a year? We'll be in the playoffs next year. I think so. I truly believe that. Will we win the Natty next year? I don't know. Year 2? Maybe. Year 3? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, it's exciting. I wanted to jump on here and give you my breaking news alert with my hat. It's exciting. I'm flabbergasted. I don't know what to say. Right? I can't even say flabbergasted right. I say flabbergasted. I just made up a new word. So if you love this show, please type flabbergasted in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.